This should be disqualifying. This right here.
Believe that central to the peaceful transition of power in a democracy is the acceptance of the results of an election. To my knowledge, Donald Trump has never acknowledged the legal results of the 2020 election. Are you prepared to say today under oath without reservation that Donald Trump lost the presidential contest to Joe Biden in 2020?
Ranking Member Durbin, President Biden is the President of the United States. He was duly sworn in, and he is the President of the United States. There was a peaceful transition of power. President Trump left office and was overwhelmingly elected in 2024.
All right. Should be disqualifying. She does not say that Donald Trump lost the election, that Joe Biden won. This is the person who is going to be the Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and she can't acknowledge who won the 2020 election. And she also lied. Do you think there was a peaceful transfer of power? Here's more lying.
Have you heard the recording of President Trump on January 2nd, 2021, when he urged the Secretary of State of Georgia to, quote, find 11,780 votes and declare him the winner of that state?
No, I've heard about it through clips, but no, Senator, I've not heard it.
Can you imagine the biggest story of the year? One of the most infamous tapes she's never heard?
What's your reaction to President Trump making that call?
I would have to listen to the tape, Senator.
Well, the quote that I give you is exact. He said to the Georgia Secretary of State, find 11,780 votes.
Do you have the entire context of that call? I feel like it was much longer than that and may have been taken out of context.
I haven't heard it, but I feel like the tape was much longer. Freaking liar. Liar. And here she is dodging again whether or not she would go after a political rival.
Trump asks, suggests, or hints that you as Attorney General should investigate one of his perceived political enemies. Would you do so?
Senator Hirono, I wish you had met with me. Had you met with me, we could have discussed many things and gotten to know you.
I am listening to you now. Could you respond to the question?
Yeah, you were the only one who refused to meet with me, Senator. But what we would have discussed is that it is the job of the Attorney General to
I'm very
follow
happy to listen
the
to
law.
your responses under oath, Ms. Bondi. So I think it's really important to us that the Attorney General be independent of the White House. And you have a president-elect who considers the AG's office his law firm. Trump asks, suggest.
Wow. And then here she is, not ruling out prosecuting Jack Smith, Liz Cheney, and Merrick Garland.
Fox News, you said, when Republicans take back the White House, the Department of Justice, the prosecutors will be prosecuted, the bad ones, the investigators will be investigated. Ms. Bondi, is Jack Smith one of those bad prosecutors that you will prosecute as AG?
Senator, you hesitated a bit when I said the bad ones. Every decision
Sometimes
will be
badness
made
in the eyes of the beholder. I'm just asking whether you would consider Jack Smith
Senator,
to be one of the people. How about Liz Cheney?
Senator,
How about Merrick Garland?
I am not going to answer hypotheticals. No one has been prejudged, or nor will anyone be prejudged if I am confirmed.
These are the kind of people, these are in fact the people that you would prosecute. I'm not giving an
Your
answer.
time is up.
Wild. And here she is again, not able to answer who won the 2020 election.
I want to ask you a factual question. Who won the 2020 presidential election?
Joe Biden is the President of the United States.
Ms. Bondi, you know that there is a difference between acknowledging it and, I can say that Donald Trump won the 2024 election. I may not like it, but I can say it. You cannot say who won the 2020 presidential election. Okay. It's disturbing that you can't.
Crazy. It's crazy. What is happening to our country? What is happening to our country? That this is the person who's going to be the Attorney General, someone who cannot answer a simple question of fact, who will not say whether or not they're going to go after her political foes. This is like, I just can't believe this is what our country is turning into. I can't believe it. Let me just finish with this. Bill Kristol from the Bulwark wrote this. He's a conservative thinker. He's one of the good ones. He said he believes in democracy. He's against Trump. He says, the page has turned on the last 50 years of American progress, and we are in a new era, a new world, Trump's world. There are excellent accounts of Pete Hegseth's hearing on our homepage, and I commend them to you. They watched so we didn't have to, so I won't dwell here on the sad spectacle of a manifestly unqualified nominee, a man of poor character, contemptuously and smugly evading reasonable questions, as Republican senators accepted it all and praised his performance. And now it looks as if Hegseth's confirmation is very likely. I think this all applies to Pam Bondi too. So welcome to a new era. Welcome to the Trump era. Could it prove merely a 4-year interlude before a brighter future? It seems unlikely. After all, we as a country experienced Trump before and chose him again. But perhaps. Churchill said in November 1938 of Munich, despairingly, but with a touch of hope, this is only the first sip, the first foretaste of a bitter cup which will be proffered to us year by year, unless by a supreme recovery of moral health and martial vigor, we arise again and take our stand for freedom as in the olden time. We can hope to arise again. Doing so will require learning lessons from both the achievements and failures of the preceding era and of its collapse. And it will require us to confront this new era with our eyes wide open, which is what we're doing here on this channel, and with a sense of magnitude of the task before us. Decline is a choice, Charles Crowthammer wrote. Watching the Hegseth hearing, I couldn't help but think, for now at least, we have chosen it. Well, not us. Not us. Not us, but them. And we have to live with the consequences. But we will be challenging these consequences every step of the way. And I am not without hope. I am in despair, but I am not without hope. And I hope you join me in being hopeful in what is possible, because it is in what's possible that we find change. And I do think we can eventually change all this. It's not going to happen overnight.